Alright, Snot Rags, 8 p.m. I'm going live. Got nobody on here. See if anybody pops up in the next 48 minutes or however long I spend on this. Probably about that, maybe an hour at the most. We'll see. And this is Tanker Schoolhouse, Season 1, Episode 6, Fishing and Trapping, Part 2. Part 2 being the trapping. And I'm going to back up because I missed a couple things on the fishing that I'll put in here now. Cajun archery, bow fishing. I believe I got this on Midway. I don't remember how much I paid for it because it was a long time ago. But this was pretty reasonably priced. I wasn't sure if I was going to get into this or not. But what I will probably do is put this on my compound. I bought two Browning compound bows on eBay that I get a good price. They're old retro, but I like the old stuff. Anyway, barbed end, looks like plastic coated shaft, plastic fleshing, rubber fleshing, and Wee Stinger BF kit, Cajun archery. If you want to look it up. www.cajunarchery.com. And this is what it will most likely go on. I'll remove the buffer here and mount the reel on here. This is one of the two compounds. I think this is a, what is it? Legacy. I think this is a 60-pound bow. Has a few tricks on it. Spring arrow, rest, knocks. Custom string, sight post, nice bow. Anyway, that is what the fisher will go on. We'll get this out of the way. And that wraps up fishing. You can find some good old compound bows on eBay if you don't want to spend a fortune for the new Tron bows out there. Or if you're old fart like me and just like the old shit. So, alright, let me also, I'm going to touch on this a little bit, and I'll expand on it in a later video devoted to it. Food gathering, which is also part of fish and trapping while you're out setting your fish and your auto fishers and your traps and shit. You want to be looking for edible foods and edible wild foods. Get out of there, Madeline. Cards. And basically a canvas dump pouch. This is a battle box. I'm sure there's better ones out there. In fact, magazine dump pouches will probably do better. This one's not that big. But what's something to gather, put on your belt. And I also have a number of books, and that's up to you on because different areas of the country have different popular wild edibles that are readily available. So go on Amazon. Amazon would probably be the best because Amazon started with books. And look up wild edibles for your area. Get a couple books, preferably with nice color pictures so you can tell what's what. And that's food gathering. Just a teaser. And I'm going to stick with books. SRO trapping book. Dave Canterbury came out with a book on trapping and pairing wild game, etc. It's a good book, and I can't put my fingers on it right now. And I think he also offered it in a package deal. SRO puts together a lot of kits with different pots and pans and different gear, and I believe it was part of a trapping thing with I think 5 figure 4 traps. But take a look around at SRO and you'll see what I'm talking about. And then we're into my magic box. Everything's kind of a mess, but we'll get to it all. Thompson snare kit. These are really, really popular. These are in Air Force survival kits, military SEER kits, etc. They've been around a long time. They wouldn't be around a long time if they didn't work. I'll be putting up some how to set snares videos later because there are some tricks to preloading these things and making them more efficient. But it's 2 snares, tie wire, and instructions. There's a size 0530, which is 30 inch, and there's an OOS 20, which is 20 inch. It's a little lighter one. You can see one kind of light there, and there's a little bigger. Thompson snares on Amazon. 1.6 ounce, $14. That's a really good kit to throw in your bag. And then, yeah, we're going to go on to Dakota snares. And I have some large and medium here. Both of them are like 12 for 15, 16 bucks on Amazon, but there's also, I can find it, there it is, the Dakota snare package on Amazon. It's 12 snares, it's large, medium, and small snares in this kit, and it's $29.98. It's a mix of these. And we'll take a look at them. Okay, here we go. Here are the heavier snares. And here's the trigger that you're gonna need to learn the tricks to setting these. Actually, these look like they're preset, because if you preload them, they snap faster and they don't lock up. And there's your sleeve for your trapping wire to hold them in place. These are the larger ones. There's 3 of them there. And there's the mediums here. 93. Once again, there's your sleeve for your trapping wire. And these guys set up. Maybe a little hard to see, I hope not. You know, I get trapped. Huh? And where are we at? Alright, here's some stuff mentioned, but you can't really show you some of the snare wear. Soft brass, 11-foot times 3 rolls on eBay, Amazon for $8.98. And here is the trapper's wire I got. It's 14 gauge. It's a little different size than what most use. And I got a 300 foot spool that's on Amazon at $17.93. This you want to staple a tree, run out, and let's get one here. Damn it. Come on, Madeline, get down. You want to set it up. Hold it in place where you want it with your trapper wire. You run this out. Knock some staples in. So again, that's 14 gauge. Get down. 300 foot trapper's wire, Amazon, $17.93. Tripwire, U.S. government issue from RV on eBay, Amazon, $9.95. You used to be able to get these for about $1 a spool. These are good for setting tripwires and for lightweight snares. Good little spool to have in your bag. Anchor stakes. 2 dozen with a setting tool on Amazon for $30 to $42. Anchor stakes are what you're going to want to hook this end into. So once they get hung up, they can't take off. You can also mix them up yourself, get some rebar and put some some washers on the end, about 18 inches of rebar, and then hook this to your stake, bang it down in, and you can recover them. The ones I listed here are not recoverable unless you dig a big hole to get them out. You push them in with a rod, and then they turn sideways like a wall anchor. Snappy traps, 1.7 ounce, Amazon, $13.43 for 6. And these are plastics. They're going to last a lot longer out in the boondocks than the wood ones. Once again, I did miss that. Come on, come on. Whoop, that went that way. Anyway, 6 of them for $13.43, a couple bucks each. Small, easy traps to set out. And you want to set all this stuff up, both your fishing and your traps, first, as soon as you get into your campsite before you start putting anything up so they're working. Victor, large pre-baited rat traps. These suckers work pretty good if you've been following my rat war around here. Amazon $16.95, and these are the M326. You get 9 of these for $16.95, and they're their usual. The trip's riveted down, so you get the picture. This locks into here, and they hit it, bang, and it crushes their little heads. Victor predated rat traps. And dealing with all this trapping, you want to get some heavy-duty work gloves. Harbor Freight has them dirt cheap. You can get a dozen of them, spread them throughout your bags. You want to wear gloves dealing with all this shit, or it's going to tear your hands up. That, and if one of these traps should bite you, it's going to feel a lot better inside that glove than on your meat. Okay, Bridger number 1, and I don't have the price on this. Oh yeah, I do. 6 for $50.21. That's Bridger spring trap. There's your trigger, and I'm not gonna load this thing up and lose my fingers live on YouTube. So Bridger double spring trap. There's your anchor chain. There's a 300-foot spool of trapper's wire. And there's some smaller wooden Victor traps. You want to drill a hole in these Victor trap and the snappy traps for anchor wire that'll go, and they'll just carry it off and you'll be out of trap. Damn it. Give me a minute here. Let's go on and talk about Amazon. I don't have it to show you, but there's F&T bundles. They're different size animal bundles, and it's a whole trap kit. I mean, everything you possibly need: the anchor rods, the setting tools, the traps, the chains, the wires, all of it. One of the F&T bundles on Amazon is $170, and the F&T Beaver bundle is on Amazon for $130. Here's the SRO deadfall. Floor, and I'm not setting the damn thing up right for some reason. get this kind of set up on like this, weight on here, bait on here, it's a bait, and the whole trap collapses with the deadfall weight, like a tree or a big boulder or whatever. SRO offered 5 of these in a kit. And I don't see the price because I'm not sure they're offering them anymore. There's also a 12-piece mink and musk package on Amazon for $66.05. Duke number 2 5.5-inch jaws, the 04914 of those for $42.09. And I'm looking for my FPS 101 spring trap, which has disappeared entirely. Those are available on Amazon. 6 for $35, and 12 for $68. There's some staples. Lowe's, Home Depot, local hardware. These are Hellman. These are 3/4-inch 14-gauge staple. And I got a container of these in my trap bag. You've seen stapled before. And you want to pick up a fencing tool. I got 2 of these at Tractor Supply for, I don't know, under $10. I gave one to Dennis as a gift. These will do everything you need to do with your trapping. You got a hammerhead here for your staples, pry for your staples, cutters for your wire. Nice tool. Bit heavy to be humping around, but you're gonna need it. Give me just a second to see if I can find this 110 trap. So, miscellaneous work gloves, Harbor Freight, local hardware, spool of bank line, 138 foot, number 36, 320-pound test on Amazon and SRO for $9.95. That'll come in handy for setting some of these snares, although you do not want to use that for your anchor lines. Multi-tool, heavy-duty multi-tool will substitute for this guy somewhat. And you go back to fishing throwing nets, 4 foot, 3.7 pounds, Amazon, $26 and up. There's a South Bend that's available out there. Throwing nets are really, really heavy. You don't want to be humping that in any backcountry unless you're going in by feet. But they work pretty well. There's a trick to them. Just use them for mullet runs off the 17th Street Bridge way back when it wasn't 300 foot off the water. So anyway, that's it for fish and trap. Alright. 206 popped up here shortly. Not all wires created equal. Most wire people think it's okay for snares. Actually isn't. Absolutely right. Some will torture animals, and some they'll just break off and run with the whole damn trap. Yep. So thanks for coming by, 20. Catch you on the replay. where's our run time here? Got no watch time. What is going on? Where's our run time here? No idea. Okay. Alright, so that's it. Tanker Schoolhouse. Season 1, Episode 6, Fishing and Trapping, Part 2, Trapping. Do my usual, subscribe, hit the like, hit the notification bell, make some comments, pop up on Paradise Lost BB, which is where the old Battle Box forum people ran to. Who else can I mention here? That's about it. So, 68 Tanker out. Get out of my cave.